ironed out. I'm getting my balls ironed out today.
So, it goes from what? An app?
Is that an apple?
Yeah, it's like a rotten apple and a good apple. That's their before and after advertisement.
Now, here's the thing. First of all, do you think that straight men are doing this or gay men? Because let me tell you, balls are always wrinkly. I don't care what age you are.
In order to get a smooth ball,
turned on by balls. I don't know any women that are turned on by balls. A straight woman even a woman who's gay that's turned on by balls. I don't care less about balls.
Here you go. These are clinical photos. As you see, this looks like a lot of scrotox because that is very smooth and full.
It's white. They turned white. Did they get ball bleach?
I think it's just little teas. It's just that's how like shiny they are because they don't have the wrinkles.
But how often? Okay, so when they're going to be walking, how often do you see? Who else is going to see this but your partner, right?
Okay, so here is a quote from someone who received it.
Mm-hmm.
I had
testimonial.
Testimonial
from the doctor. I had results the first day I received Scrotox. Now my scrota looks like a Christmas ornament. Hell, I even see my reflection in them. XOXO, I made that part up. Cubby, professional bodybuilder.
I got nothing. I just don't even know.
Scrotox.
Yep. So have at it, guys.
You know, I've heard this before from one of my friends was telling me about it, that she had heard about it, but I don't get the point of it. Nobody's going to see it. I could see Botox, right? Because everybody would see it, but if it's just the person you're with, unless you're going to be out there doing, if you're doing porn, if you're a porn star, possibly.
Well, right. That's all. I mean, remember the anal bleach? They were all bleaching their,
yes.
Yeah, getting their asses bleached. So it could.
Yeah, the same sort of thing. Like, I don't know, maybe people just feel better about themselves with it, like waxing or.
Yeah.
Like I have a friend, she had a double mastectomy, and when she had implants put in after it, and she had like nipples tattooed on. It's not like she's walking around showing everybody those, but she feels better.
You got to have ball love. You got to testicle love. You got to love your testicles, right?
Which I think most men do.
So yesterday at the open mic, Pete Munoz was talking about, I guess guys say this, you've lost so much weight, you can see your dick now.
Wow.
I say that. Oh, now you can see your dick. You've lost so much weight. And his joke was, what guy wants to see his dick? Why do you want to see your dick?
Yeah, we don't want to either.
Well, I'm single and lonely, okay? But I could care less about balls.
Well, yeah, but they're not a pretty thing to look at.
Yeah, you don't care about them until they're like in your face, you know?
Not where I thought that was going.
That's the love Dr. Dyson coming out.
You know, she does it all.
Just got to get that glove.
She's not a one-trick pony. She is not a one-trick pony. So I did pull this one story that I had sent to you guys because it did remind me. I'd like to speak to the younger generation, Lauren and Jen. Mel, you're in the middle, and then old lady me.
Thanks, Lauren.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd be in the tub with Jen's dad. Am I that?
Yeah, you're in the tub. You're in the tub with Jen's dad. So, right, this is where we're at. But, growing up as a kid, I remember whenever we had to fly, we had to get dressed up. Do you remember that? Like, I remember we had, like, my mother literally put my brother in a suit and tie, and we had to be all gussied up in order to fly. And I remember everybody on the plane was so dressed up. Like, you got dressed up to get on the flight. And, like, over the years, like, that kind of stuck. Like, stuck into my head. So a lot of times when I would be traveling, I'd be like, oh, I got to sit in that seat. Oh, I would just love to wear like some, sweatpants or whatever. But I'm like, no, you've got to look nice to fly. And I'm thinking like back then, am I the only one here?
That's a thing. I watched that TV series Pan Am, which was like into the first days of like flying. And so, I mean, everything was, the men were wearing suits, the women were wearing their dresses and heels. Like you dressed up because going on a flight was rare and it was a luxury and you were treated like a luxury. Now you're just herded on the plane and shoved in there. But
right.
So, I think that part of that comes with the time of like.
And I'm showing my age by telling you I used to have to be dressed up to get on the plane when I was a little kid, right? But yeah, so I do remember that. So there's this article saying, if you are dressed up, chances are you will more likely get an upgrade on the way you look, right? So, they were saying that a lot of times, like if you are, that they will upgrade you, more likely to be upgraded.
I've heard that as well. If you're doing like a return at a store or something, always go in dressed nicely. A woman had done it. She went in with like her nail polish chipped and like wearing like sweatpants and a sweatshirt and tried to return. And then she went in like all done up and like manicure and everything. Totally different service.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm reading right. So this woman said that after being chosen out of a group of fellow passengers, she was chosen to be upgraded despite having no status on this particular airline. But other people had more status and points. And she said that she thought, I wonder if it's because she was dressed up. She was going like on a business trip. And a lot of other people had on sandals, tennis shoes, or like gym clothes, and they didn't get upgraded. So then she went on to like test this theory, and it was true. So that was basically what this article, that a lot of airlines have had enough of ultra casual passengers, which is probably, me who is like, fuck, why can't I fly in my pajamas? But I never would. But I have seen people straight up get on that plane looking like they were homeless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I like, it has to be my age that I look at them and I think, oh, my mother would be mortified.
I guess if you dress up and you get a plane crash and you die, you're already dressed up for the funeral and wake. That's what I'm thinking. Like, how they always say, make sure you wear underwear or
clean underwear.
Because, if you get in a car accident,
right.
it's like, you end up in the hospital or something. Or
I'm that person.
Pants, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Right? If I was in a car accident, I would have dirty underwear anyway. So
yeah,
I'm that person though, when I fly and sometimes when I am getting dressed to fly, I'm always like, maybe I'll just wear my sneakers and not my sandals, because if we crash, like I need good shoes on. Like, where's my fat ass going to run to regardless of my shoe wear?
You land on your feet.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, if there's a plane crash, does it really matter if I'm wearing sandals or tennis shoes? Because my fat ass ain't gonna be able to do anything anyway. And I'm always one to be packing like protein bars and snacks. Like if we get into a crash, like if it's like lost, I'm the bitch with the food in my bag.
I do that too. That way, like you don't have to do like Alaska where they had to decide whose body to eat.
Yeah. I'm eating those protein, and I ain't sharing them because I was the smart person that thought of that. I'm going to have on my Nikes and my protein bars, and y'all can fuck yourself in your pajamas and flip-flops.
Take carrying around just in case.
Yeah.
You know what? My first husband, oh God, we were together 6 years, and he loved that movie Alive for the people.
That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Alive. Well, I was probably, you're foolishly in love, and when you're young, when you sit there and watch the movie Alive like 20 times with your significant other. I was 23.
Something is wrong with him already, that he wants to watch them consume human body parts. I am totally getting Army Hammer vibes here.
Army? What do you mean, Hammer? What is that?
Is that your first husband, Army Hammer?
Yeah, Army.
What? Wait, that's your ex-husband?
Yeah, was his name Army?
I thought you meant Arm and Hammer, like the.
Oh my God.
No, this actor's real name is Armie Hammer.
Okay,
but yeah.
No, you know what? It wasn't him, but that's an actor. Sydney was married to an actor.
No.
I just came out of the dentist. Maybe the fluoride.
Now.
Now I think the fluoride's gone to your head. No, there was an actor who recently has been accused of fantasizing about cannibalism and DMing all these women.
Really?
Yes, but now your ex is reminding me of him because he was obsessively making you watch a movie where they ate people.
Yes. He said, I love this movie. And, we would sit in the dorm room and we would watch it. He would know word for word the movie. And I'm like, what the hell? And then he would play Tetris. And I would stand there on a Friday night next to him playing Tetris at the arcade. Yes, I'm old.
And you still married this guy?
Yes. I was young. It was ridiculous. Yeah, but I remember I was a vegetarian and I would be like, oh, if the meat looked like chicken. And I was just like, you know what? I could have eaten chicken for a long time.
Just doing this to you. Like, who watched? Like, I've seen that movie probably once because I know it. I remember like they were building fire in the snow. I remember that. And then they started to freeze the bodies and slowly eat the pieces of them, right? Yeah, okay. And it was a very popular book that they used to make us read in school when we were kids.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was like a remake of like a very popular book.
But I have never even watched Breakfast at Tiffany's. I'll watch that over and over. But, to watch a movie over and over again and recite each line.
But I mean, that's not even like the proper movie to do that. Like at least like Airplane would have been funny to watch over and over and recite.
Or Dirty Dancing or Steel Magnolias.
No, Jen, that's not a manly man. Back then. I want to watch Patrick Swayze.
The Hangover. That's
okay.
I love The Hangover. I repeatedly quoting. Yeah, I should have known about the body, about the, I should have known.
Well,
learn. You live and you learn.
Yeah. So, I mean, speaking of movies, like is there a particular movie that you will watch over and over?
Dirty Dancing, Steel Magnolias.
Jen's reading. Okay. I've seen them. A Dirty Dancing, as a matter of fact, I'm showing my age, but I saw that at the movie theater.
Oh, I did too. Yeah.
They probably had to wait for it to come out on Netflix.
My dad and I went. We watched it in the bathtub.
My parents rented it, and I had friends staying over that night, and they watched it the Saturday night before they'd let us watch it, and then we were allowed to watch it Sunday morning once they had they
deemed it proper.
Yeah, that it was nothing too shady going on.
Oh, there was an abortion in it. There was an abortion.
We probably wouldn't have understood that.
You know what movie my parents? Well, I have two movies. I was like, when the movie Grease came out.
I saw that at the movies too. Now I'm really showing my age because that shit was the 70s.
My mother was beside herself. My grandmother took us to the movies to see it. I can't believe you took the twins. I'm a twin to see Grease. And I had no idea the sexual innuendos, no idea what it was all about.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I'm showing my age. That was my first date with my ex-husband. Like our first official date. We went to see Grease. Not Army.
He was her second husband.
Yeah, he had just finished a bath with his bestie, and then we ran down to the theater and we saw Grease. No, but yeah, I'm sure. Hey, another movie I went to see was Saturday Night Live. Here I am showing my age. I was probably like 13 for Saturday Night Live, 14. Jaws, I'll never forget going to Jaws as a little kid, and my freaking father brought me to Jaws and The Godfather. Who the fuck brings a 10-year-old to see The Godfather? I will never ever get over seeing that horse's head in the back.
Yes, it's terrible.
Watching home movies, though.
What?
Isn't it kind of like watching home movies?
Yeah.
I'd rather see a wrinkled scrotum than watch that with the head in the bed. the what do you call it? The horse's head, and give me a wrinkled scrotum.
I'll never forget that as a little kid. They pulled that sheet, and I was like,
oh,